Okay, team. Good evening. So today's session is on. It's a small session on Rex. Okay. So here I will be explaining you a Rex code, a simple Rex code. Using this Rex code, we will read a data which is written inside a PS dataset. Okay. We are going to read the number of counts, and the number of lines, and we are going to display how many lines are there in a PS dataset. So let me show you first which is my dataset. Okay, this is a PS dataset which I have created. You can see here organization is PS. Okay, here and organization is PS. So this is a PS dataset. Okay, so if I go in browse mode inside this, you can find how many lines? One, two, three, and four. So what my Rex code will do is it will read this PS dataset. It will go into the PS dataset. It will read line number one, and it will take the count as one. Line number two, count as two. Line number three, count as three, and line number four, count as four. Okay, so this is my dataset. Now we will go to the Rex program. Okay, so to write a Rex program, you are first creating a PDS dataset. Okay, to write a Rex program, we'll first create a PDS dataset. If you give I here, you can find organization as PO. It is a organization as PO. Next thing is you will create a member here like this Rex1. So this is one member I'm going to create inside this PDS. Okay, and I will insert 5 lines. I of 5. Okay, so every Rex program will start with the Rex keyword. Okay, every Rex program will start with the Rex keyword. It will start with a slash star a Rex keyword. Then you write program to explain Rex. Okay, then star and close it. So this is a mandatory line in every Rex program. After the Rex keyword, you code whatever you want. The compiler will search for a Rex keyword. Okay, this line should be there in all your Rex code. Now, see, Rex is very simple. If I say hi, this is my Rex first program, first BGM. I have written this much. Now, how to compile this? How to compile and execute? So, there is an inbuilt compiler. You go directly here into this member Rex1. Give ex. Okay, when you give ex, it will compile and it will execute. Both it will do at once. See, you can see it here. Hi, this is my Rex first program. Okay, so this is a small introduction to Rex. Okay, now taking the same example, I am trying to explain you how to read a data from a PS file. So my Rex program name is function. So I am going inside it. As I said you, this is always a mandatory line. Okay, so in this you can see it has a keyword called as Rex. So this is a Rex program to read a dataset and display the contents. Okay, so display the contents is in later part which I'll be explaining you later. Now presently it is this read the data set and display the count. Okay, okay. So what is the requirement here is I want to read a data set, PS data set. So for that my data set is this one. Okay, this is my data set. So I have to make understand to the system that I am giving a data set as an input. So what I will do in Rexx, you can directly assign a variable. No need to give its data type. Now I am giving here ds name equal to. So it is taking a string. Whatever is written inside this code is a string. Okay, so it is a string kind of variable. So here I am declaring a variable ds name. Okay, for the ds name I am assigning the dataset name equal to double quote your dataset name double quotation close. So now to the Rexx compiler I have given the input as my dataset. Now second is as we use in JCL the logical name and physical name. Here also we have to convert this dataset name, okay, into a logical name. Okay, we have to convert the dataset name into a logical name. So this dataset name is internally referred by your DS name. Okay, internally referred by your DS name. So your dataset is internally referred by a DS name. So our DS name is a physical name. Okay, our DS name is a physical name. Now this physical name I have to link to a logical name. So your system will understand only your logical names, not your physical name. So in your JCL also whatever DD names are there, all your DD names are logical names. Your physical names will be inside your COBOL program. So this physical name I am going to link to a logical name. How I will link is I will use a keyword called as DDL. Okay, data definition name DDL. Okay, DDN I am giving a logical name called as D1. Okay, so this syntax is same everywhere. So I am giving a logical name called as D1. So this D1 I am allocating by using a allocating to the system. I am allocating this D1 logical. This logical name means it is nothing but your it contains your address space. Okay, in memory it will contain some address space. So if I want to say it in more detail, it will contain some pages. Okay, so I am allocating a logical name D1 by using DDN, and that logical name I am linking it with your physical name, that is your DS name. Okay, your dataset name. DS name stands for your dataset name. It is assigned by using your DSN. So your syntax is allocate DDN. Okay, allocate a logical name to the physical name. The physical name is DS name. Okay, this DS name is allocated using DSN. So always you have to make sure single quote starts first, then a double quote, then your DD name. DD name is DS name, which is a physical name. Then again double quote, single quote. As this data set is already allocated, you can find it here. As it is already allocated, I am keeping this data set as SHR share. Okay, I am keeping this data set as share. So this double quotation started from here. I am closing it here. Okay. So up to now, what we have done is First, we made the compiler or the system to understand that I am going to write a Rexx code. So I have used a keyword called as Rexx. Second is I am making the system understand that I am giving an input as a dataset name. So I have taken a variable called as ds name. You can take any variable. You can use d1 also. Okay. So I am using a variable name ds name equal to in double quotation. I am giving the dataset name. Now third is important. This dd name, which is a physical name, I am linking this physical name to the logical name because your system will understand the logical names. So I am allocating a variable, logical variable d1 using ddn and linking this d1 to the physical name ds name. Okay. So as your data set is already available in the system, I am using it as share. Okay. Now this fourth line is very much important. Okay. Now this line number 4 indicates what operation we are performing on this dataset. Okay. Line number 4 indicates the operation I am performing on the dataset. So what operation I am performing is execute input output. Okay. Execute input and output. Okay. So what I am trying to do, I am opening it in input mode and I am reading the data. Okay. I am reading the data. So once I open the dataset in IO mode, okay, how many lines I want to read from this dataset is decided by this star. Okay, how many lines I want to read from this dataset is decided by the star. I can give here one which reads one line, two which reads two line. If you want to read all the line, give star. Okay. Next, your disk R. Okay. Disk R stands for you are reading. If you write W, you are writing. Okay. So WR is write and read. So I am reading the data. Okay. Reading the data. From where you are reading the data? You are reading the data from the logical name D1. Okay. Where you are reading? You are reading from the logical name D1. So once you say here D1, okay. So this D1 is allocated here, which is linked to your physical name DSN, okay, which is has a data set name as this one. So indirectly you are giving this data set as an input to your exec IO operation. So this exec IO operation, okay, you are giving the input as a logical name. So indirectly you are giving your data set name. Okay. So once you open this data set, okay, once you open the data set, the reading of the data set will happen in the form of an array. Okay. When you are trying to read multiple data, okay, you have to use array. So an array concept in Rexx is indicated by an keyword called as stem. Okay. So if you want to declare a array variable, you have to always use a keyword called as stem. So I am using here keyword called as stem and my array variable name is data. So how I will declare an array is, okay, open brace, then always you have to write stem, then you write d1 or you write data, then you have to write a dot operator indicates it is an array variable. After that you are writing finis, that is finish. Okay, give a double quotation here. So let me explain you this one. Okay, when you're trying to read a data set, you have to declare an array variable. So array variable in Rexx is declared by using array variable in Rexx is declared by using stem. Okay, we indicate an array variable by stem. So stem, my array variable name is data. So how do you declare it? You declare it always with a dot operator. So it is data dot. So now data dot. Okay. Now what this is doing is exact CIO. What it is doing, it is opening the data set. Okay. Using the stem variable, it will read data dot of 1, data dot of 2, data dot of 3, data dot of 4, like the data dot of n. Okay. So how many lines are there inside a data set? That is given by data dot of 0. Okay, the count is given by data dot of 0. So here at line number 5, what I am saying is say is to print. Okay, say in Rexx is print. So say data dot 0 means open this data set and just display the count. How many lines are there? So it is data dot 0. Okay, now we will try to see what is the content of this data set again. So data set content is, so it is stem dot 1, stem dot 2, stem dot 3, stem dot 4. So total there are 4 lines. Okay, so this 4 will be stored where it will stored data dot 0. If you display data dot 0, you will get the count. If you display data dot I, whatever value is there in I, you will get that value. Now suppose if I want to display only the first line, okay, what I will do is do I do I equal to 1 to data dot 0 because data dot 0 has a count. So do I equal to 1 to data dot 0. After that I will say data dot I. So when I is 1, first line will be printed, I is 2, second line, I is 3, third line, I is 4, fourth line. So one by one all the lines will be printed. So printing is not a logic now. The logic is to just read the data and display the count. So let me go back to your Rexx code again and try to explain you one by one now. Okay. So whenever you write a Rexx code, always Rexx keyword is mandatory. So our requirement is to read a data set. So I have given the data set name here. Okay. And I have given a physical name to that. That is your DSN name. Now your system will not understand the physical name, you have to always give the logical name. So using an alloc variable, I am linking this physical name to a logical name called as D1. Okay. Second thing, when I want to read the data set, I will always use the logical name. As in your JCL, you are using DD names. All your DD names are logical names to which your all your dd names are physical names. Here it is. Okay, so to that dd name a logical name is linked is d1. Okay, so I'm allocating a logical name to a physical name, that is dsn name. Okay, now line number 4, what it will do is it will explain you the function. What is the function? The function is to read the data set, read the number of lines. So first time I have to open the data set. When I want to read, I have to open it. So I'm opening it in IO mode, input output mode. Then star indicates how many lines you want to read. Okay, if you want to read one line, you give here one. If you want to read all the lines, give here star. Okay, then this star represents you are reading the data. Now D1 indicates that it is a logical name. So you are Now here you are giving logical name. This logical name is linked to your physical name, DSN name. So from here your system will read the data set. So once it open the data set, then whatever data is there, it will try to put it in a array variable. So we have to declare an array variable. Array in your Rexx is indicated by stem. So I'm giving stem, then data. Data is your array variable. So whenever you declare an array variable, you have to always use a dot operator. So I have given data dot. Okay, then I will write finish and I will close this with a single quote. Now data dot 1, data dot 2, data dot 3, data dot 4. So total how many lines are there, that will be stored in data dot 0. So here I am trying to display data dot 0 by using a keyword called as set. Okay, now we'll try to execute this. I'll come out of it, and here I have to give EX. So when I give EX, my result should come to 4. That is, there are 4 data sets, so it should display 4. So see here at the bottom, it is giving you the count of 4. 4 data sets are there, so 4. Okay, so going forward, I'll be explaining more code on Rexx. Going forward, I'll be explaining Rexx code which reads the data from your JHS and which reads the data from your spool. We'll also read the data from JHS and we'll try to format the data. So going forward, I'll be explaining two programs. One is to read the data from JHS and one is to read the data from your spool. Okay. Thank you guys. Please like my video. Please like my mainframe channel, mainframe world, which you can find on YouTube. Thank you.